Buddy, thank you so much for joining us for episode 2 of And Whose Fault Is That? Today we have a couple topics. On my part, it's a day at the spa, some shitty neighbors, and some medical equipment. Phil, are you bringing anything in particular to the table?
No, I'm just gonna we'll let things evolve as they come. I don't have anything particular
The evolution.
to vent about yet.
Okay.
Too many things.
I want to test this feature here because I incorporated some screen share and I had to add it to my third monitor. So let's see if this works.
Humble brag.
Oh, there you go. Do I have four monitors? So
4 monitors.
4 monitors. Sesame D's nuts. Anyway, I was kind of bummed out about the whole IKEA family thing. I know it's random, it has nothing to do with today's episode, but I got the email and I was really bummed. I was like, this has been like this for what? The better part of like a decade?
Oh, the extra 5% off?
Yeah.
It's been ages, yeah.
Listen, to me right now, I survived a decade. That's ages.
Yeah.
So,
nice ages.
Yeah. Last week you mentioned something about like randomly finding medical equipment where you frequent
it was
antique stores
malls.
And stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
It was an antique mall we walked into, and just it was not the aisle that I expected. So the guy who sent us there, we were just kind of trolling antique places and found a barn sale. And we go to this guy's, he's got a giant barn. His name's Paul. We buy some stuff, and as we're leaving, we get to chatting with him, and he sends us to this place. Like, oh, you got to go up the road, blah blah blah. The directions are like past the dog with 3 legs and the the water tower with only 1 leg. And you're like, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
So we get there, but as he was telling us, like, oh, you love tools, you should. When you get in there, hang out left, and then the first left, and there's a guy, he's got all these tools, and it's just stuff you've never even seen before. I'm like, okay, I'll bite.
Sounds like a weird side quest.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'll follow. Yeah, I'll do this weird side quest. So we get there, and we're like, okay, so, your typical kind of antique mall. And we walk in and make a left, and then I kind of take a first left into this very, very, like, narrow hallway, and it's like, well, those pliers aren't for like hardware. Those pliers look like pliers you pull somebody's tooth out with. And what's that? Pair of forceps. And then what does that do? And then, as we're like, these things just keep getting worse, just weirder ways to hurt people. And then we're finally in the corner, and girlfriend's like, I don't think this is the one he was talking about, because if it is, this is kind of weird. At which point she swings around and comes face to face with a piece of gynecological equipment.
Oh my God, no way. There's no way.
Like, yeah, we're out of here.
There's no way.
Woof. And then we went around the next left, and there were all the tools he was talking about.
There's absolutely no way. There's just no way on no. Even the modern ones, I'm like, So, yeah.
We're just like, okay, we're out of here. But yeah, like meandered on, and just the antique malls, though, if anything, are at this, I'll say the phrase, at this age, it's fun because I get to see things that were in my house growing up. So like I frequently will see dishes that my mother had for us in the 80s and 90s. And yeah,
I love that stuff. I love especially the cereal ones. I love finding random cereal related paraphernalia. The reason I ask is because when I lived in LA, I found 3 really cool things. One came in a pair. I still use it. I found 3 really cool items. One is a pair, and they were very tiny glass gravy boats that someone just left tucked in. They look almost like genie lamps, very small, really cute. I still use them. I'm like, this is such a cool find. My own little antique place. Like, cool. And the Galaxy Sphygmomanometer. Okay, so we're gonna go with this. You can't see it.
Can't see it.
No, blur. You ruined my.
You're gonna have to make the chandelier go away.
Goodbye, chandelier.
Bye.
Oh wait, I can't turn it off.
Oh no, you should be able to hit none up there. That little circle with the line through it all the way at top. First one on the left. Yeah, there you go.
Sphygmomanometer. This. Which looks like a blood pressure thing. But it's so old, this box.
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I open it up. This thing is like in mint condition, but it's super old. And I was like, I wonder if this touched anybody's like cooties directly, just the cooties, you know? And the paper is that old like 70s paper. But then I feel like it could be older. There's no date. I cannot find a date on this. I cannot find it online. I can only see similarly produced products, but not in the same packaging. There's no barcode. I have no idea. And the third item is the Sprague Rappaport type stethoscope, professional model from Labtron. Ta-da.
Wow.
Yes. Well, also very old box with like fully functional stethoscope in here.
What you're telling me is that you can take people's blood pressure on the spot in an old time fashion.
For $20 a pop, but nothing's free here.
You know, so my child was doing she was going to like the high school's technical programs nursing school for the last couple of years.
Okay.
And that's part of their like equipment. Like they learn how to actually take blood pressure. And I've had to purchase that stuff, and $20 is a damn steal.
To get your blood pressure done?
No, to get that equipment that you have there.
No. I know these things are way more expensive. I just don't know what it is. And it's from the same manufacturer.
If you buy new, like I had to buy her like ones for school and $20, I would have prayed to pay $20. It's kind of fun. I look like I'm coming in from the side of the fireplace as I'm walking up.
When did this turn into a fucking vaudeville act? Now. Yeah. Now it did.
Because
just now.
So I have a I was gonna say if we're gonna play like stuff I found. I think my greatest find was I was into this, and it's buried somewhere, so I'd have to go find it. But I wanted a fun pencil set, and I wanted some sort of little pencil holder. I was looking for something old, and I'm like, I'm not really. Nothing was really specifically on my radar other than as I'm cruising around our thrift stores, this is what I'm kind of hoping to find. And so we're walking through one of our usual haunts, and I find this lovely little pencil case. It's tweed. It's green. It's kind of vinyl and tweed. And I unzip it, and it's got travel hangers in it. And I'm like, okay, this is freaking awesome. Travel hangers. I don't need travel hangers, but travel hangers can go over here, and I've got a pencil case. Win-win.
Yeah, two things I don't need, but I'm justifying. Go on.
Yeah, but I'm like, and this was like $4. I'm like, $4.
Another justification.
I waste $4 just,
Yeah, I know.
Walking into a Starbucks. Sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So $4, right? So I bring this home. I'm super happy with my pencil case. I take out the travel hangers and I put them in my one of my dresser drawers. And there was this little green tag on the case that kept gnawing at me. So after a couple of weeks, I started Googling it. And I only found one mention of it. Mm-hmm. It was a concluded eBay auction, a successful eBay auction from Germany for a set of original Volkswagen bus travel hangers. Mm-hmm. And it finished for like $400.
Oh, no way.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And I went Googling about this, and turns out that apparently that was like an accessory you could get. And I guess they could not find it anywhere else. I mean, I am of the strong belief that something is only worth what people will pay for it. So I don't
True.
know
Yeah.
what bananas $400 person was like, I need to complete my VW bus restoration, in Silicon Valley with this, that I will pay $400 to some guy in Germany to ship me.
Yeah.
But that's what it was. And I'm like, okay, so I have, and they're in okay shape. I mean, they're not in like mint. These look like they were in mint, but it was just like a weird, like, oh, so not only these are travel hangers, they're like Volkswagen, like whether they came with Beetles or a bus or whatever, but they were apparently like a car accessory for travel, which I thought was like super neat. I'm still using it as a pencil case. The
So
hangers are still
what?
in
Yeah.
my dresser drawer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But this weekend we're wandering around.
Mm.
And we wandered into this like upscale antique mall, and they have magazines on the furniture. 1930s Fortune magazine.
No way.
The stuff that's in here is truly bananas. There is apparently, because I guess the one thing I've kind of figuring out.
Hold up. Is this the same Fortune, like same publisher, or does it just happen to be the same name?
Nope, same publisher.
Shut the fuck up. Are you serious?
They have profiles on CEOs in here.
Wait, boop. How much was that?
$10 a pop.
No fucking way. You say a pop. How many did you get?
2 of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would totally have dropped $20 for that.
But yeah, they have like I'll try to find it. Like there's listen, literally women in business.
Oh, astounding. I could be anything I want to be.
And there's like profiles of CEOs in here. And what I discovered also was that in some cases, oh, that's super racist. The ads in here are super racist.
Oh, of course they are. And they're ridiculous too. Yeah.
Super sexist, super racist.
Of course.
Like, it was a different time.
Yeah. I can't. I'm not even gonna dig into that one, but yeah, totally understand.
That's what I mean. It's hilarious.
Well, that's a nice find.
The things that they're advertising are just bananas. Like advertising, like Edison light bulbs as like they're the newest thing since sliced bread. Like you really need.
But they
electrify
fucking
your
are,
house, you lazy
Phil.
bum.
Because till this day, if there's no lights in your house, what happens? Yeah.
But the other one that I find fascinating in here is because today, right, when you're a huge company on the stock market, you file annual reports, right? And our press releases, and they get filed with. Yeah. So the reports are just full page ads. And you'll have the Farmers Deposit National Insurance Company, and you have their entire goddamn balance sheet.
There you go.
From
Transparency. Yeah.
And it is kind of bananas because like I hadn't seen this one. I had seen one from New York Bank.
This is the equivalent of if it's on the internet, it's true. So if it was published, it's true. It must be real. That's factual. It's in print. Why else would we print it?
Yeah.
That's great.
So just it's just one of the super.
That's a great
ads.
find. Yeah.
I'm gonna send you that picture later.
Yeah, send it to me. Send it to me.
That's truly. But anyway, but just such a weird find that I'm like, we have to leave with these. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I don't need to clutter my house, but my God,
clutter your house. Like I would keep those.
Like,
if you ever decide to unclutter it, send them my way. I would love to read those. Absolutely.
And they too are like, because as we're walking around, we asked the guy, and he's like, "Oh, they're $10," and Heather immediately goes to like the internet and starts poking around, and they're like, on eBay, these go like $60 all the time.
Oh well, yeah. So people like to collect them. You don't need to sell them.
But it was just such a weird find, and we're looking through the ads, and there's like entire articles on like Mr. Sherwin and Mr. Williams and their great paint empire. I'm like, what is happening here?
That is so cool, though. Yeah. I that to me is like bedtime reading. That is so dope. That's great. I love that.
And then the articles, the thing that blew my mind is I think the one on, I can't remember which one Heather was trying to read. So you get like the one where like it starts on page 60, right? And you're like, okay, so 60, 61, 62. It's like continued on page 100. Okay. So you go to page 100, and then it's like 101 through 120, and they're full page text. Like, how many novels did this person write about this topic? My God. Now you're lucky if you get like 3 paragraphs on something in like the Atlantic. And this is just endless writing. $10 a year, $1 a copy.
$10 a year. That's similar to most subscriptions nowadays because people can't be forced to buy print.
Yeah, 1934. But... So yeah, 1934, $10 a year. I wonder what that is in today money.
Today money?
Let's ask the internet.
Probably 120.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here.
Something like that.
Inflation calculator. Okay, I would like to do 1934.
I'm curious to know how like regular. Like I love getting these little things or seeing these collectibles at antique malls, and whether it's upscale or not, just finding this random shit that has price tags on it that's like 3 cents, and you're like, and it's like high
full, yeah. A full meal for a family of 4 for a nickel.
You're like, God damn it.
So, breaking news: $1 a copy in 1934 meant it was $22, almost $23 a copy. And if you'd like to buy the year subscription for $10, it's going to cost you $229.
I was off by $100. That's bonks.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm like, yipes. So
I think that's pretty cool.
But Camels and Cool cigarettes have been around for a while because there's a lot of Camel
ads. That was
on
my
this
brand, baby. That's my brand.
So many Camel ads. I'm like, wow, you guys have been around a while.
So I know it's a weird transition, but you said camels, and then I thought about smoking, and then I thought about my teeth and how they used to be a little bit more yellow because I smoked, and then it brought me to the dentist. So that's how my brain just transitioned to dentist. Ta-da! This is how we manually.
Welcome, everybody.
This is how we manually break down my segues. Yes, you're welcome. So, since I moved here, I don't know if you guys obviously missed the episode 1 because the first time we aired was episode 1.5, but the pilot episode that you technically missed, and maybe one day we'll release because it's an absolute fucking kerfuffle. I believe we were talking about something like it took an eternity for me to get my license, right? Because of the administrative aspect of it and how bad it was. Okay. So same thing goes for finding a doctor and for finding a dentist. And so luckily, for the first time since I moved here, finally went to the dentist yesterday, which, by the way, if anyone's wondering, is the day at the spa, because and this is no like inclination to I expect to be pampered because I just hemorrhaged all kinds of money. No, I've never experienced anything like this. And it was more hoity-toity than I thought it would be in the middle of like adjacent Hicksville, fucking Texas, where I just didn't expect this. So I walk in, first of all, invisible horse aside, because my fucking legs were killing me because it was leg day. I had to waddle over to the dentist. I didn't drive. I fucking waddled because I was like, my fucking legs are killing me. My legs are killing me. Oh my God. Like tears, freaking out. I got to the dentist and I was literally in tears for how bad my legs hurt walking there. And it's just an 8-minute walk. It's not a big deal. It's up the street. They share the same building.
Uphill both ways?
No. Uphill
You're like, it felt uphill.
It did feel uphill. They shared the building with the Starbucks, which is great advertisement for them, says the receptionist. So I get there, I do the initial, like, fill out this 8,000 page form that, you're new here kind of thing. Have a seat over there. Please make yourself comfortable. You are free to consume any and all drinks at the bar. And I was like, eh?
A bar?
I turn around, there's an entire coffee bar, mini fridge with like multiple different options.
Aren't you people like going to my mouth? Why would I want to drink a ton of coffee?
Yeah, that's the first thing that I said is like, why would I caca my mouth right before? So I was just like, thank you.
I brushed my teeth before I walked in here.
Yeah, exactly. You remember those Listerine spray things? They were like, that's what I feel like. If I still had one of those, I'd be like, right before I would walk in. Anyway. Totally brushed my teeth before, but so she offers me this this lovely like buffet of options, and I'm like, thank you. And
I'll catch you on the way out. You're free. Starbucks is it?
I am standing this whole time because I don't want to sit because my legs are killing
You're like, I'm
me.
not getting up. This is a one-way trip. Oh
And
God,
she's like,
you're gonna go sit in
ma'am,
a dental chair. I can't wait to hear that
oh
part.
my God. She's like, ma'am, you can sit down. She goes, no problem. Have a seat anywhere. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And at that point, I felt like I couldn't avoid it anymore. So I'm stifling, like,
There's 19 open chairs. She just thinks you're
yeah,
being weird.
yeah. I'm doing that thing where you don't really sit, you just kind of diagonally fall into place. so, so, so I was like, okay, finally sit down. And she was right. It took a while for me to fill out that stuff. So fill it out, sign, blah, blah. Someone comes and get me. She's like, after me. I'm like, no problem. She goes, thank you so much. She's like, you're in room number 5. So then I go to room number 5. 65-inch TV right in my face. Netflix is on. She's like, here's the remote to Netflix. She goes, here are your luxury glasses. And if there's anything else that you need, please let me know. I'm going to
Feel like
screen
you have
share
a dog
here.
I can pet while we're doing this.
I'm going to screen share here. This is the My Dental Comfort menu. Noise canceling, earplugs, blankets to keep you warm and comfortable. Thank God they broke down what these blankets were meant to do.
As opposed to, I don't know,
yeah.
mopping up the blood. What did
Yeah. You know, panic blankets, yeah. So, a room darkening eye mask or soothing dark glasses to calm our visual senses during our visit, lip balm to hydrate my lips after I clearly blow the person that owns the place because I can't afford what you're doing. Like, what the hell? A stress ball, Tylenol, which is weird to me because it's like, why do I need to order this off the menu? If I'm in pain, I hope you would just give me the damn fucking pain medication.
Yeah.
Imagine it's like, oh, you didn't ask, so we just didn't bother giving you one. Okay. And then TV access in every private patient room. And I was like, what? So
hot coffee is just like, before or after I put fluoride on your mouth?
I was watching Seinfeld while I was waiting.
Jesus.
I was watching Seinfeld.
Oh my God.
For anyone who obviously has no idea what's going on because you're listening to this, I just showed like the menu of the of the dentist office, and now I'm basically showing the dental spa. Now I'm basically showing a photo of me watching Seinfeld on Netflix.
Wow.
And my glasses, my soothing calm glasses, were right there. Yeah, let me tell you, I was beside myself. And then every 2 minutes, whatever she was doing, she was apologizing. And I was like, this is fucking weird. Is this what I sound like as a Canadian? Is this it? Because like, so here's a double whammy, right? We're going to take a small side note and we're going to loop back to what I'm talking about. But the side note is that Canadians with the whole sorry thing marries very well with Italians scusate or excuse me. We always say scusa or sorry, but we mean the same thing. So when I say sorry a lot of the time, I mean excuse me. So anyway, we come back. Let's go back to this. So I'm like, she's like, what brings you here? How did you hear about us or whatever? So I was like, honestly, I just needed a dentist. You're very close. And then,
you're very convenient.
Yes, you're very close and you're right next to Starbucks, you know?
Believe me, the blankets were not on the, you're not the reason I'm here.
Yeah, that didn't really tilt me over in your direction that you offer to swaddle me the whole time. Anyway, so, I asked her, I was like, please, like, I'm really just interested in you just letting me know if there's anything wrong. I'm telling you right now, I'm not like a fucking 24/7 flosser, so I'm sure you're gonna find some problems there and whatever. So she's like, okay, we're gonna do a test and we're gonna do this. So this is like the first visit, right? Where they can pretty much do all your scans and everything. And then every time she would like touch a tooth, she'd be like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I was like, you don't have to apologize every 2 seconds. Just fucking do it. Like, please, just do what you have to do. It was more uncomfortable for me because I expected to just go into the dentist office. Like, I'm mentally psyched now. This person's going to slap me a couple times, kick one of my teeth in and be like, you got cavities, you asshole, floss more, and then bill me. And then that's it. But this was very...
No, I mean, we just went to get I took the kid and got our teeth cleaned probably 5 weeks ago. And the tiny little Thai lady like literally just may as well have taken a hammer and a chisel to my teeth and my gums. I left in pain, was like, and then again, same thing. I had to thank her and then get billed for it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and you're like, and they're like, you don't floss more, and I'm gonna see you in a week because your kid has a cavity, so fix it. And I'm like, so you've shamed me as a parent, and you've beat the shit out of my mouth, and you sent me home and charged me money. And I'm sorry, my dentist is apparently a caveman, and you're living in. Are you
Yeah.
sure you didn't move to California on accident?
It's very much a do better, like you came to us, so this is what you're getting kind of scenario. That's what I expected. The very traditional, like, well, you didn't take care of your mouth, so now we're doing this, and we're uncomfortable, and it's your fault. Not the let us offer you a face peel and possibly like an enema, like whatever to make you feel comfortable. Anyway, it was nice. I'm not gonna lie.
It occurs to me that a dentist is on the same wavelength as a plumber. Who's going to shame you for flushing wipes down the toilet, and here you get shamed
God.
for
You just made me think
for
of
not
something.
flossing.
When we first moved to the house in Michigan, it took about a week for the water to start backing up. And it turned out that the pipes underneath, one of them was not very good in transition. So it was like one lobbed on top of the other, very oddly thing. And paper would back up there. But just eventually there would be enough pressure and it would just push the whole thing out, which is not the way things are supposed to function. So plumber shows up and he's like, I see that you have wipes there. You're flushing wipes. I was like, no, I don't flush wipes. Thank you, though.
Yeah.
You're quite the detective,
You're not
but no.
enough.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. And then obviously he did his little camera thing, and I was like, do you see any wipes? No, you don't. There's no wipes there. Anyway, that was my dentist experience, and I was like, I actually really like this place. Like,
magical.
I mean, if I'm gonna pay the same fucking thing with my insurance, hell yeah, I want to watch some Seinfeld.
Yeah, a block away, and then again, I it kills me the hot coffee, because I'm like, I'm like, Mila gets fluoride on her teeth when we leave, and they're this is laundry list. Like, I don't need you thinking about anything gooey for the next 45 hours, and don't eat, and only cold liquids. Bye, as they kick her out the door, and I'm like.
Yeah.
Really terrible. And now you're like, oh, would you like some hot coffee with your fluoride? Sure. Or hey, we just cleaned your teeth. Would you like some hot coffee to stain what we just did?
I know. I mean, there was La Croix, there was obviously water, but there was like a slew of 35 million different coffees. And that was the first thing that popped into my head is, you want me to drink stains before? Anyway, to the point of what you were waiting for, I had to mount that seat like a beached whale, and I left the same way. Eventually she was like, okay, we're all done here. And I was like, great. She's like, you can follow me. I was like, you're gonna have to give me a second. I've been in this position for too long. Things have stiffened up even more than I thought.
Yeah. You're like, I need to use momentum. We're gonna heave my legs over and pray for support.
Yeah, it was very much a lot of like faces where like I'm just perpetually constipated. And
my legs collapsed and I hit the floor. Just give me a moment.
And I muttered something loud enough where I was like, "Oh, my legs!" And then she's like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" No, she turned around. No, we were in the hallway at that point, and she turned around and she was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Leg day." That's the only thing I could say. But the worst part is that I didn't want to be like, my first leg day, because I'm so weak. I can't.
Not only is it my leg day, it's also I'm a baby leg day.
It's baby leg day. It's breaking the ice leg day. It's you forgot what legs were day. So yeah, but it was a fun experience, and I really don't mind. I got a couple more appointments to follow up, but
like,
yeah,
I'm gonna see the dentist every Friday for the next month. Catch up on Seinfeld.
Yeah, my Netflix subscription ran out. Let me go book a filling. Which is what I gotta go do Monday.
Can you guys just floss for me? I'll just sit here and watch.
Yeah. It's funny because there was something about like I don't remember what episode it was, but she's in the middle of like doing the polishing where she puts that weird paste and then uses like the Dremel to polish your teeth. And I can hear Jerry say, I don't really swish the mouthwash in my mouth. I just shake my head from side to side. And she's like, that's not how you do it. And I was like, You don't say. Like, that's not how you use mouthwash. You don't bash your face on the fucking desk. Like, okay, thanks. Obviously, she was joking, but I was like, thanks for trying to connect with me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I close my eyes. In fact, I guess I almost feel weird because I am always compelled to like put the AirPods in my, at least in one ear.
When you're in the dentist chair?
Yeah.
I hold my breath.
You hold your breath. Like I said, I close my eyes. So like you watching Seinfeld is like, I want to put on like a podcast and put it in one earbud, but I always feel like I'll miss out on getting shamed about how I don't floss enough and get lectured.
No, I always flat out say it because I expect that they will tell me. And I think that comes from the fucking 5 times in my life that I've ever had either the budget or the courage to go get my nails done, because I have a habit of like keeping them pretty short because I bite my nails a lot. And it's always like, oh, you bite your nail? No, I fucking like, what do you think? Like, yes. So I just go into the dentist office and I flat out go like, look, haven't been flossing. Lay it on me. Okay, let's get this out of the way.
I bite my nails and I don't floss and I don't flush wipes down my toilet.
Thank you very much. Next. Yeah.
Come up with something original, okay?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. It was good. I can't complain about it. But yeah, she definitely watched me waddle and I was like, it hurts. Everything hurts. But it's okay. Filling next week. Turned out fine. I can't really complain about that. And then that was yesterday, where we have like a nightly routine. After this wraps up, why did I just get what? Folks, he's sending me text messages and I can't tell you what I'm looking at. So we're gonna move on. Sneaky turd. Okay, so the routine is dogs EAT at 8 p.m. Central, for anybody that's wondering what time zone we're in. And then usually it's immediate and we take them for a W. Okay? So after that happened yesterday, where we gave them their FOD, set them up like right away. It was early. I'm an idiot because I changed all the clocks in the house except for the clock that's above my pantry. And I was like, who's your little baby to watch it? And Jake's looking at me like, it's like an hour early. Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, no. And then I was like, do I give them half and half? Like, what do I do? I was like, whatever. We're early. This is what's happening. There is a specific path that we take every night. And it's either like in one direction or the other, but it's usually the same block and all that jazz. We go and get the mail and then we continue on our way and we come back home. We come across this car every night that's parked basically on the sidewalk, and we don't understand why. A lot of the times they're actually on their own grass. Can't figure it out. There's nothing in front of them. There's no car beside them. Their driveway is completely empty. They are not parked in their driveway. There's a third of their car always on the sidewalk, blocking the sidewalk. And I just got so fucking fed up that I took pictures of it yesterday. And I need to hear, I need to hear what you think. Here you go.
Have an HOA?
Yeah. I was thinking of sending it to them. Look at this. Does this make sense to you?
No, it doesn't.
Every night. Look at this.
Do they have no depth perception? Like,
I don't know.
It's not like there's a car in front that they can't, unless is that a 2-car garage?
This is, you're thinking that someone's parked in there and they need the space to go
in front,
around?
They need a space to back out, but that doesn't seem
Who
like
fucking cares, bro? Don't block the sidewalk. Like, once the truck is in there.
It doesn't feel like it's enough space. Yeah. Like, I don't think you can pull out of there and like do a sharp left and then back out, around the car.
Still, though, it's fucking every night. Or they're on the grass. Like, you see that their grass is like right there. I don't know if you could tell where my mouse is. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I can see where your mouse is.
They are like on the grass, sometimes like a foot or two onto the grass, but they're always tire sidewalk. We always have to walk around. It is fucking annoying.
No, that's that. Yeah, that's. I'm right there with you, but I'm like, all I can think of is like the logic. Like I'm trying to logic myself into this. I'm like, what are you? Again, no depth perception. Eyes need to get checked, like Jersey says. Like, do you need to
Exactly.
just? Are you not pulling far enough?
I
Do
don't
you need a
think they
tennis ball hanging from a
care.
tree?
I don't think these people give a shit. And when I say these people, I'm specifically putting all dumbass neighbors into one category.
Yeah.
And I'm in Texas, so pretty much 70% of everyone is driving a fucking pickup. And there's the majority of
more of it could be on the sidewalk.
The majority of the asshole, yeah, well, the majority of the assholes that we've come across are people that aren't very considerate of others, are driving like pickups. So it'll be like 3 a.m. burnouts in a completely, like you can hear a pin drop in the HOA because everyone's in bed, and they're like, and then just like driving on sidewalks, like bombing it. They just recently put the 30-mile-an-hour posts up, and they put the slow down sign for kids. My neighbor has been trying to knock that pole down since they installed it a couple days ago. Every morning he comes out, he tries to kick it down. And the worst part is that he's the only one on the block with kids. So I don't know. Like, are you trying? I'm just beside myself. Yeah.
You're the reason why they used to have 15 kids in the olden times.
Unbelievable. And it's like, oh, it's good. They finally put some signs up because, like, to me, I would freak the hell out if anything happened to the dog. So I can't imagine how paranoid people are watching trucks zoom by at 70 miles an hour in what's supposed to be a 30 in a residential street. You know, he wants what? Yeah, the right wheels on the grass, and every once in a blue moon, they will park up far enough. He wants the slow down children at play for his kids, but not just on his lawn. Yeah. He just wants it somewhere else. It's an eyesore for him. So it's just an exhausting, weird experience. Every neighbor has some fucking thing I'm annoyed with, which just goes to like condition me even more that I just want to live in a field by myself and have not to fucking deal with anyone. That's it. Like what? I'll adopt like another 4 or 5 animals. No big deal. There's space, big land. And then that's it. No asshole neighbors, no nothing. Every once in a while, you're like, hey, Pat, Postman Pat. And then that's it. Yeah. And his black and white cat. That's it. Yeah. So I don't know why, but people here are just very, who cares? And it's not just here, it's pretty much everywhere, but I just don't have a,
but I feel like more. I don't know. Nothing comes to mind. Like, I know I have neighbors around here that do weird things and that will park. Like the one across the street from me. I feel like one of these days I should count how many cars he has, but it is extensive. Like I have seen any number. Like it. Just at this point, if I had to ballpark it, it's anywhere between 6 and 8, and I'm like, where are all these cars hiding? And they're all in various states of like, they're not like nothing. We're not talking about anything brand spanking new. Like this is all like 5 to 10-year-old cars that rotate.
Is it just like flipping cars, buying them at auction?
No. They reappear. So like I can see the wife driving either a Jeep Grand Cherokee or a what's it called? Or a VW minivan regularly. Like those two rotate out constantly. He has a big pickup truck, like a Dodge Ram pickup truck, that gets replaced by a like Chevy Caprice, occasionally a BMW M2, occasionally a like Buick, and then there's like an old Ford pickup truck that I've seen out front, and they just like rotate through all the time. And I'm like, you don't have enough parking spaces in the back. I know you don't, because you have a smaller lot than I do, and you don't have a garage. So where are you hiding these cars? And you're always home. Both of you are always home. My God, what do you do for a living?
It's just 2 people?
Yes, and they're 2 kids.
Are you sure they're not like flipping something or they own
No,
like
because like I said,
a.
I see these cars regularly, so it's not like they're flipping them and selling them. Because like I see them, they have stickers on them. Like the minivan's got the family sticker, the stick figure family.
That's a lot of cars though.
Yeah, it is a lot of cars for two people, and you're like, it boggles my mind. Like they don't get in my way or anything. Like he only takes up two spaces in the front, but those two spaces are constantly rotating in different vehicles. The only weird thing in my block is a red, like Chevy Savannah, like like contractor van with aftermarket wheels parks in the oddest space, and it's almost as like somebody's commuting and they just drop their car.
That's a mobile DJ.
Yeah, and it's like blacked out windows, and I always wonder, I'm like, what is happening here? And it's always there just during the workday. Like appears when I'm, by the time I'm up and walking the dog in the morning, it's already there, and then sometime in the afternoon it disappears, and that's like, huh. But yeah, no weird neighbors. Not as much. I don't feel. Maybe it's just because the street. I don't know.
I could be just the general
No.
like empty nesters, more empty
No.
nesters, maybe in the
Oh,
area.
for me? No, there's a bunch of children in this neighborhood.
I don't know. Then I don't know.
For you, I think it's funny that I mean, it's not unheard of. I mean, my father has more issues like that in his neighborhood, but he's Mr. HOA letter writer.
Okay, first of
Like,
all,
you park a boat
isn't
in
your
your front
father
yard?
in Florida though?
Yes, father
Okay,
in Florida.
moving on. It's Florida.
You park a boat longer than 12 hours in your front yard, my dad's writing a letter.
I don't know, because to me, like, there's certain things that I'm like used to when it comes to living in a more populated area,
Yeah.
I don't really care too much about traffic. I'm just like dead to it. It sucks that I waste my time. I get irritated by how people drive and how they react in certain situations, but that's just a general blanket statement. I get irritated by people, period. So whether there's wheels involved or not, it makes no difference to me. So traffic part of it, I feel like I'm okay. I could occasionally get irritated, but I'm like, what the fuck is the point? We're stuck in traffic. I don't care. So that's fine. But I feel like, so I never wanted to live in an HOA. This was a very particular situation, and we had the opportunity to live close by friends, and I was like, why the hell not? How bad could this HOA be? And HOA aside, no, really, it's not that big of a deal.
No,
like,
it's
I've
not.
never had an issue.
They can be pretty bad, but yes, if you.
I'm sure they can. Yeah, I'm like, you put your trash bins on the wrong corner, stuff like really neurotic shit. But
yeah.
I haven't experienced that. It's more of I was expecting people to have some sort of a little bit more courtesy and more paranoia by how they behave because they were in an HOA, and that's when I realized nobody cares about this HOA. It might as well not even fucking exist because people just do whatever the hell they want anyway. But I also like simultaneously am trying not to care. That's like my number one thing. Don't care. I have enough things stressing me. This shit's just.
There's a podcast I listen to that has a very fun statement on that topic, called "You know what? I can be right or I can be happy."
Thank you.
That's basically what it comes down to, and it crosses my mind frequently. I'm like, okay, I can either be right or I can be happy.
I like
Apparently,
that.
I can't be both.
Yeah, I like that. And also, most of the time, if you are right, you're also sad. So, you know what I mean? Like it's. Yeah, I totally get it. That's a good one. I like that one. So anyway, yeah, it's just a combination of just strange people and weird things that I didn't think I would be seeing. So no, I didn't accidentally move to California.
Oh, I was just thinking, if anything, the spa, your teeth spa day was just. I'm still. Yeah, I'm gonna be sharing that with people, with the girlfriend later, being like, check this shit out. We going to the wrong dentist.
Yeah, it's called My Dental or something. They seem like they're a chain because she said there's another office and stuff like that. Because she said, what are you looking to do with your teeth? And I was like,
oh, sorry. Can I get them?
I have options.
I have options. Like, can I get them like can I get them like a speaking gig or maybe some on-screen time?
I was thinking of making just one gold, but I'm not sure which one. So yeah, it was a very like, I guess I used the word spa because to me that is a very catering and welcoming experience. Yeah, and like, so.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know that over the last, what's the word I'm thinking? So I've heard I don't know. I can't think of anybody I know that perhaps has been to a dentist here in my neck of the woods that has had those kind of amenities. But I know that, there is the people don't like the dentist, right? So that's kind of
Yeah,
like
there's
a
that
people don't
anxiety.
like the dentist. And so to me, this is their way of like, what can we do to make your visit more pleasurable and less
Yes, I
stressful?
like that. Yeah.
And I totally get it. I'm totally on board with it. But those of us who are used to like the dentist from The Simpsons being like, let me get the air hammer. We're going to fix your flossing problem. You're like, please
Exactly.
don't hurt me too much. Um,
Exactly. It's not like I've been to dentists that have been like mean or unwelcoming. This was just another level. And so I
yeah,
appreciated the service that I got because they didn't charge me anything different. That's just how they function and operate. And I was like,
yeah.
this is nice. I'm listening to Seinfeld, you know? Oh, and to go back to the fact that I hold my breath, I don't know why I do that. And then at the end of every dental session, I end up confessing that I do it. I've been holding my breath this whole time. And they're always like, why? Why are you
Yeah.
doing that? And I'm just like, I don't know. Because it's like, okay, open your mouth. And I'm like, and I just keep my mouth open. And then I start exhaling like slowly. I'm like, it's so
The the
stupid.
dentist always reminds me like I'm there like when I'm getting my hair cut, right? Because I never feel like I have my head in the position that they want my head in.
Mm, mm,
And
mm,
so
mm.
they're always like turning, yeah.
Yeah.
And then or I feel like or my tongue is always in the wrong place. And she tells me to do something, like move your tongue. I'm like, I don't know what you're asking me. I have no control over my tongue. So whatever you want me to do with it is not going to happen. So just take your damn instrument and shove it out of the way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Move it. Like, just scoot it
Just
aside.
swat it out of the way because you tell me move it to the left. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, no, it was okay. She did show me like something on an X-ray. She's like, when did you have your wisdom teeth removed? I was like, I don't know. I was like 21 or something. I have no idea. I'm like, I remember that. I remember the X-ray of before I had my wisdom teeth removed, and it's like someone just coughed 4 chiclets at the fucking X-ray, and they just landed randomly. I go, my like wisdom teeth were pretty much all over the place. She goes, well, you had one that was all the way in the back here, and how they extracted it ended up causing an infection in your back tooth. She goes, so you've had a cavity under your jawline. She goes, probably for 20 years. She goes, does it ever bother you? I go, no. I go, my last dentist told me that I had a cavity, but he never told me it was beneath the gum line or anything like that. I'm like, how about in 6 months you tell me if it grew? Because I don't feel like getting
I'm like,
like,
because in 20 years it hasn't. So I guess
yeah,
you
yeah.
should. Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming nobody else has said anything at all about
Yeah.
this back tooth. So maybe it's not a big deal.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, that's
Yeah, yeah.
fascinating.
So it was an interesting, fun experience to do that. And then the neighbors are neighbors. I can't really just weird
Mm.
stuff. Just bombing down the road at 70. They don't care. Driving incoming because now there's like these little medians that separate the left and right, and they're just too lazy to go around in the subdivision, so they'll just drive into oncoming traffic and then do a quick maneuver to get into the right, like the correct lane. I'm like, do that like when the road is empty. Don't do it at fucking 8 a.m. when there's like school buses and people around and like
Yeah.
shit. It's just, yeah, it's just fucking weird to me the way people are. Fuck people. That's how we end the
Again,
episode.
it's nobody at work. Again, I don't. Maybe it's just I'm of a certain age, and the people I work are with European, and they don't get it. But the number of times the phrase "this job would be great if it wasn't for the fucking customers" comes out of my mouth.
Which
It's
is
on the same topic of
hilarious.
people.
Mm.
Yeah, nobody gets that reference about clerks. Nobody does, and I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. I'm just going to enjoy this by myself because that's how I feel about the same thing. Like, if you're standing in front of me paying 75 cents through the self checkout via check to, to buy a half cup of milk.
Oh yeah, I thought it was gum. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I concur. I'm on board with that. I think I look forward to seeing where that vehicle is parked tonight. We can place bets on it and be like tire on the sidewalk or tire on the grass.
Do they need their own Instagram page?
Oh, they should. I should do that. People do it for their dogs.
Yeah,
which
you're
is
like,
totally
this is my
justifiable. I'm
neighbor's
fine with
car.
that. Yeah.
Where is it parked
Yeah.
today?
Yeah, neighbor's car. One day
Always
there's a
takes a
post.
picture.
It's
Just
it's in a
show up with a
tree.
tripod. Yeah, tripod, and always put it on the same place. Take the same picture.
There you
And build a
go.
nice little time lapse of them not being able to
I'll
park
have
right.
to like stand on the exact same like line or crack in the sidewalk and make sure that I always hold the phone like touching like a part of my collarbone so I know it's exactly in the right spot. And then I'll do that. Yeah. I think I don't know what the fucking reason is. I like that you did work. I like that you kind of like asked like, oh, is that a 2-car garage or whatever? Because I hadn't thought about maybe there's something there that needs to be moved. But either way, when you're done, move your fucking car. Don't leave
Well,
it
I
on the
just like that was
sidewalk.
basically a lot of my life because both of my parents would park in the 2-car garage when I was a teenager, and I was expected to park at the far end of the driveway on the right hand side, so that whoever was pulling out of that right hand side could like back around me. But mind you, this is Florida. The car, A, there are no sidewalks because this is Florida, and B, the driveway was 3 cars deep. So me parking in the back bottom right corner, you can still fit 5 cars around me and still get out.
I mean, it's circumstantial. If you have you live on a lot of land or your fucking plot is different or your driveway is different, fine, whatever. I'm saying in
You
this
guys not allowed to
scenario,
park on the street, or
but that's the thing. Like you have 2 parking spots each house. Just fucking park somewhere else. You know how many times I walk by there and like my child brain goes spit on the car when you walk by. Like my
I was
brain just
thinking
goes
more
like
about you
spit
just
on
kind
the
of
fucking
walking
car.
into the car like a Sims character, just a bump,
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 bump.
yeah.
Sorry, there's something.
Block, block, block. Just start saying non-fucking words. No, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a couple times I was like, oh, if I key it. No, too many cameras. Everybody has a goddamn camera on this street.
But
Yeah.
then, like, if you have to walk around it, right? With
Which
the
I will
dogs, like,
obviously
you
never
have to
do.
go into the grass and stuff. Like, is it parked so far to the right that you're like, it's not like it
More
needs to be
often
around?
than not, it will put me and the dog or Jake or whoever, at least the dog, one of us, dog or mom or dad, is going to end up in the road. That's how
Okay.
little space there is left
Yeah,
over. So
Okay,
it's not
so I
like,
figured.
hey, this is weird. Their booty is over the sidewalk line. No.
Mhm.
It's their driveway is also the sidewalk. Us mere peasants have to go into the road, and that's it. There's not a lot of space left. So yeah, it's a very weird thing. Like, even if that is the case, even if that makes total, like, that does make sense to me. That actually makes sense. Like, 2 cars, the one on the left doesn't want to have, wants to have enough space. Cool. Move your fucking car after you're done, Yeah. Or like you said, park in the road.
It's a simple request.
It's a simple request. Yeah. That's fine. But yeah, I feel like I have purged my thoughts.
Feeling better?
Yeah, I'm feeling much better.
Good.
I had a lot of shit to get off my chest. It was so much that I had to split our categories. So my topic was moved to next week, which next Thursday, by the way, guys, is food shopping and international grocery stores. Yeah. What? Okay, are we allowed to say what Monday's episode is?
Sure, you can talk about Monday, yeah.
Can I read it or do you want to read it?
No, feel free to read it, please.
So
Monday.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Tune in next week as Phil covers Cut the Shit and Start the Pit. I don't know what this is about, folks.
Really?
So I don't know. So yeah.
Yeah.
I am curious. Yep. So that's it. And plus whatever shenanigans will happen over the weekend.
Indeed.
But yeah. What would Bob Barker say?
Spay and neuter your animals?
Spay and neuter your animals. Yeah, we should have something like that. That was episode 2.
Park in your fucking driveway. You
That's great. And remember, folks, park in your own fucking driveway. Have a good night. And then the music. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Toodaloo.
Thanks.
See you Monday.
Bye.